Good evening. The owner of horses that were seized by the SPCA in an investigation in Nanaimo says the animals were not abandoned, and she says she wants them back. We first told you about it on Friday. The SPCA seized 7 horses and a donkey from a property in Cedar. They say the animals were emaciated. They were sick and living in deplorable conditions. The owner could end up facing cruelty charges, but she wants people to know her side of the story tonight. A&E's Mid-Island Bureau Chief Jonathan Bartlett has more for us in our Mid-Island Bureau. Jonathan.
Hudson, the video we showed on Friday was upsetting for any animal lover. Horses with ribs showing and open sores. The SPCA received many complaints and they finally seized the animals when it appeared they'd been abandoned. But Jan Parks says that's only one side of the story.
In her empty horse paddock in Cedar, Jan Parks says there's only one thing in the world she really wants.
I would like my animals returned. They were wrongfully taken from me.
Last week, her animals, 7 horses and a donkey, were seized by the Nanaimo SPCA. They say the animals were emaciated, riddled with parasites, and suffering from untreated wounds. They also say their owner had abandoned them.
Last Tuesday, we'd received a call from the landlord who owned the property, and apparently he had a tenant, and the tenancy agreement had ended a week previously, and she had left these 8 horses on the property, and he had a concern as there was no food.
And the living conditions shocked SPCA staff and a veterinarian who attended the scene.
There was no dry land. They were standing very deep in mud and feces and horrible water.
But Jan Parks says she did not abandon her animals. A tenant-landlord dispute had forced her to move her belongings to another property.
I'm unsure where they get abandonment from, as I was here every morning.
Parks says there was enough dry land for the horses to lie on. Fresh hay can be seen in the paddock. As far as the conditions of the animals, she says many of them were rescues and were in bad condition when she adopted them.
We aren't a rescue. We do this pretty much out of enjoyment for ourselves. But we have had, the day that we moved into the property and we're building the paddock for our own horses, we had a horse trailer pull up asking us if we would take their horse in.
As for the horse with the abscess, Parks says it was being treated.
It's from a rope burn. She was tethered in the back, got tangled up in the rope a couple weeks prior. We had it soaked, we had it cleaned, we had polysporin on it. It had healed over, it wasn't an open wound.
But the SPCA says they received between 20 and 30 complaints about the Cedar property. They are continuing their investigation and say cruelty charges are being contemplated.
Very well, there could be charges recommended. The horses were in dire need of care, had some horrible issues. We have huge concerns. They were neglected.
In cases such as this, the owner has the right to an appeal to try and get the animals back. The SPCA says cases of horse cruelty and neglect are on the increase.
Whether it was the economy that was driving this or not, but in the last year we've had a lot of cases of horses that have not receiving the proper care.
Jan Parks was visited by SPCA staff a number of times over the last few months, but she insists she took action on every recommendation and was surprised when they took her animals away. The SPCA's investigation continues. Hudson.
All right, Jonathan Bartlett reporting. Jonathan, thanks.
You're welcome.